Hello and welcome to News 9 Live. I'm Sumaira Khan, and the story that we're going to talk about is about the Kochi blast. The tragedy struck at Jehovah's Witnesses Convention in Kalamassery in Kerala, where an explosion struck the Zamra International Convention Centre. It is being reported that at least 2,000 people were there in attendance for a 3-day convention. A lady lost her life and 23 others have sustained injuries. The blast took place 5 minutes after the prayer session had started. After panic, hue and cry, the injured were rushed to nearby hospitals, including Kalamassery Medical College. The cause behind this devastating incident remains unknown, casting a somber atmosphere over the area. Most of the critically injured people have sustained serious burns and they have been rushed to the nearby government and private hospitals. The Kerala police has sounded a high alert across all 14 districts, including following the explosions in Kochi. The blast seems to have been caused by IED and low-intensity explosives as reported by sources, though it has not been confirmed as of yet by the official sources. The DGP and NIA, NSG and ATS teams and operatives have rushed to the site of the blast. Special teams have been dispatched. The DGP, and apart from the DGP, NIA, NSG and ATS teams and their operatives have been rushed to the site of the blast to ascertain the reason behind it and the kind of blast that took place. Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has termed the explosions that took place in Kochi's Kalamassery area as unfortunate, adding that all top officials are in Ernakulam to collect details regarding the incident. More details will start coming in as the inquiry progresses. Before we move on, let's listen in to the major stakeholders and what they had to say about this blast. So we will listen in to the stakeholders, but before we go to the stakeholders, I am being joined by a special panel with whom we will discuss this incident. I'm being joined by N. Subhash Babu, who is a former Superintendent of Police Kerala. Welcome, sir. We also have Ajit Lawrence. He's a senior journalist from Kerala, and Professor Stanley Sebastian. He's a Christian activist from Kerala. He's also joining us. So first and foremost, I will go across to N. Subhash Babu. So, as of now, the details that have come in are not being confirmed by the official sources, that what kind of a blast it was and how many blasts were there. There are different stories and different versions that have come in. The official version is that there was one blast, though we were listening that there were 1 or 2 blasts. So what do you make out of the story as of yet, the information that has come to us?
Well, there was a blast in this hall where nearly 2,300 persons were assembled. And it was an improvised explosive device that is more or less a bomb which has been implanted there in a tiffin box. Noticed by most of the people, very near to the this amplifier installations in the middle of the hall. And there, while going this some silent prayer, unfortunately there was 3 explosions consecutively, and there was huge sound as well as fire, big fire that goes up to the roof of the convention center. People are panicked; they rushed out. Meanwhile, one woman who has been sitting close to this explosive spot was seriously injured. Later she died, and 3 or 4 persons are seriously injured. They have more than 70 to 90% burns. It is very tough for them to escape. That is the situation reported by the medical officers. Then nearly 30 others are also injured, and the situation is very panic. And there are some leads. It is probably, definitely, it is an explosion planted by the extremist mostly. I don't want to mention their name, but in previous instances, there has been 5 blasts. 2 in bus stands in Kozhikode, 1 in Ernakulam Collectorate, 1 in Kochi, this Koilon Collectorate, and few of them were arrested, but later they were acquitted. But definitely, the hands of those persons might be behind this. And I strongly suspect, because an officer who has been involved in the investigation of these extremist activities in Kerala, I have a very strong doubt that the terrorist outfits which have been active in the state might be behind this explosion. And there are some leads at present police have got. They are telling that one person who has come with this tiffin box, and he is likely to implant it there. And it is time device bomb. And he escaped in a blue car. They are in search of that blue car. It is likely that the person, the culprit, would have come in this car and escaped in that car. There are leads, probably some leads. They are suspect that that will be the accused. Anyhow, the situation is very panic, and this is the horrifying incident in Kerala. There has been minor blood somewhere here and there, some bus stands, collectorates, entrance side, and so on. But the blast among a big crowd who has been gathered, that be a section of persons who are gathered belongs to a particular community. That means there may be some connection with the recent developments of this Israel and Hamas war.
So you feel that this is an extension of the incidents that had taken place earlier, which was smaller blast, and you feel that, and you suspect that this is basically an extension of those acts that had been committed earlier and have been done by the same people that were behind it, or the same extremist forces. I will come back to you, and we will go more in depth into who can be responsible for this and what are the other signs that point to a particular direction. But let me go across to Ajit Lawrence also. Ajit, as of now, DGP is the highest official version that we've got, and they have said that it is, they've just mentioned blast, and other details have not yet been shared officially, and the investigation is going on. As of now, the inquiry is going on. But it was a big gathering. There were 2,000 people that had gathered. So should we go right now, according to what the official sources have said, and just because they have mentioned just one blast, and also what kind of a blast it was has not been very clearly stated?
See, I will start from where Mr. Subhash Babu stopped. I mean, it is exactly, this has some connection. I mean, connection with the present, what do you call, the war going on between Israel and Hamas in the Middle East. Because the targeted audience, the explosion, or the blast has happened in a convention center where a particular prayer group who worship Jehovah as the God, and it has some connection with the what do you call? I mean, Israelites, Jewish community, because they don't directly worship Christ. They worship Jehovah as the God, and Jesus is the one and only Son, and belongs to the Trinity. And Jesus was the one who was really sent from God. And these people, this Jehovah prayer group, also believe according to the Bible. I mean, mostly they depend on Jehovah that has been said in the Old Testament. So there has to be a connection with the present, as I said, with the present Middle East situation happening between Israelites and the Hamas group.
So Ajit, you're saying that this you suspect is connected to what is happening between Israel and Hamas, and because they worship, it was a Jehovah convention center, and they worship, their inclination is towards a Jewish belief. That is why this can be a target, and you're pointing towards that. Professor Stanley, do you also believe that this can be the reason, or this can be connected to what's happening in Middle East between Israel and Hamas? So can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, there are more angles onto that, apart from what the previous debater told. There's a faith angle is there, because Jehovah Witnesses are the people who are born to Christians, gone back Judaism almost, and they worship Jehovah, and they are the supporters of Israel. There's no doubt in that, and they are getting targeted a micro minority there. Apart from that, past 30 years, the political parties of Kerala, particularly from the UPA mafia, Congress, Communist, and of course the left jihadi media ecosystem, which is prevailing in Kerala, which is actively promoting terror activities all across India from Kerala. So this has been seen in many times that past 20 days, after the October 7 attack happened, there was a bigger effort from the entire UPA partners, whether it is Congress, Communist, media, or Third Front. They were instigating a 1/3 of Kerala population. You do something for Palestinian, you do something for Gaza people. So actually a big motivation has happened to commit violence against innocent. So the responsibility squarely goes to the Congress party, the Communist, and it was their 20 days effort culminated into this attack. So government of India has taken a clear stand with Israel. Israel is our friend. Jews are our friend. So government of India has taken a clear stand. It's a wartime. We are with Israel. We are with Jews. There is no ambiguity in that. The first nation in the world to declare solidarity with Israel is our government. More than that, in the previous times, our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji has called Kerala is going to be the nursery of terror in the world. He has clearly warned the people of Kerala and India that the terrorism is growing with the help of Indian opposition parties, Congress and Communist and the Kerala media. Honorable Home Minister Sri Amit Shah ji has mentioned in last April that terrorism is growing and it is spreading across the border to Tamil Nadu and Karnataka from Kerala. So people should be aware of that. Sri Yogi, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister also mentioned 2 years back. So this is what exactly happening.
Fine. So what you're saying is that this has been pointed out earlier, that this can happen in Kerala, and it has happened, and also this is connected to what is happening in Israel between Hamas and Israel, and the political parties were instigating. But we will go more into the details of this story and also ask questions from my guest about how this can be planted so soon. Can this be planned so soon, or this has been into planning? This kind of a blast needs more planning. We will go into those details, but first let's listen into what the Chief Minister of Kerala and DGP of Kerala has to say about this.
അങ്ങേയറ്റം ദൗർഭാഗ്യകരമായ സംഭവമാണ് കളമശ്ശേരി നടന്നിട്ടുള്ളത്. അതിന്റെ മറ്റു വിവരങ്ങളൊക്കെ ശേഖരിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നേ ഉള്ളൂ. എറണാകുളത്തുള്ള പോലീസ് ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥരൊക്കെ അവിടെ എത്തിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. DGP അടക്കമുള്ള ഉയർന്ന പോലീസ് ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥർ അവിടേക്ക് പോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഏതാനും സമയം കൊണ്ട് അവിടെ എത്തുന്നവരെയുണ്ടാവും. മറ്റു കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഇപ്പോൾ പറയാറായിട്ടില്ല. ഗൗരവമായി തന്നെ അതെടുത്തുകൊണ്ട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ നീക്കിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അല്ല, ആ വിവരങ്ങളൊക്കെ അവരെ അന്വേഷണത്തിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് കിട്ടേണ്ടതാണ്. ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരാൾ മരണപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്. രണ്ടുപേരുടെ നില കുറച്ച് ഗുരുതരമായ അവസ്ഥയിലുണ്ട്. മറ്റു ചിലർ ഹോസ്പിറ്റലുണ്ട്. എന്തായാലും അതിന്റെ മറ്റു വിവരങ്ങളൊക്കെ നമുക്ക് പിന്നീട് കിട്ടേണ്ടതാണ്. കിട്ടിയതിനു ശേഷം പറയും.
Today morning at 9:40 a.m. approximately, there was an explosion in Zamra International Convention Center, Kalamasheri, in which one person died and 36 persons are undergoing treatment as per our information. In that convention center, Jehovah Witness regional convention was happening, and all our senior officers, including the Commissioner of Police and others, are at the spot. They are investigating the matter. Our additional DG Law and Order is already on the way. He will be reaching soon, and myself will be reaching the incident place shortly, and we are examining all angles, and we will find out who is behind this, and we will take very stringent action. At the same time, I would request everyone to maintain peace, remain calm, and I also request that no provocative posts or hate posts should be posted on the social media. If anybody is doing such thing, we will take very stringent action against them also. Thank you. Preliminary investigation shows it is a IED device, and we are examining it. At this stage, I cannot tell anything. Only after investigation, I can confirm you the details. Nobody spoke to me from the MHA.
You're going there right now?
I will be going there right now.
So
Okay.
any special team is there?
We will be constituting a special team for this today itself. Today, after I reach the spot, we will constitute a special team.
So this is what the Chief Minister and DGP had to say about the blast. I'll go across back to my guests. I think Professor Stanley wants to say something. Professor Stanley, yes.
Similar tiffin box attacks happened in Coimbatore, in Mangalore, in different places. Almost similar technology has been used. And when the Sri Lankan church bus happened, the Sri Lankan police and international police reached Kerala in that connection. But what happened? The man, the CM of Kerala, he is the main person who is promoting these Hamas and jihadi activities in the past 7 years in Kerala. Now he is pretending as as innocent. That is not the fact. See, some 1 year back, Hamas rallies were conducted threatening genocide on Christians and Hindus in Alleppey and Calicut. Kerala police saved the culprit. Open threat, 1 lakh, 2 lakh people participating in a rally, and they were asking Hindus and Christians to prepare for the funeral. We are going to be genocide, but no case has been registered, and all the culprits they released. So, see, the Kerala government, whether it is Congress government or communist government, they in open, they support the jihadi activities in Kerala for the past 30 years without shame. This is for the terror funds from Gulf. This is for the vote bank politics. This is to divide India. This is sedition.
But Professor Stanley, should we wait for the investigation, or should we just straight away start blaming or start pointing fingers at a certain organization that they are responsible or behind it very clearly? Or is this so clear that we can straight away point out that these are the people who are responsible?
This is a regular event there. It is not a new one there. Here and there it happens. Threats happen, attacks happen, hand chopping happens, massacre happens, everything happens. In the past 30 years, Kerala has become the hub of jihadi terror, not only in India, but also to the world. Even ISIS recruitment, Taliban recruitment. A global terror connection is with Kerala with the help of the local government there. And the media, of course, the media also, in the Kerala media, the Mallu Janos, and they are also the part of this. So many inquiries are happening. That is the reason.
So according to you, what has happened today is culmination, or is one of the incidents that have been happening around Kerala and have not been reported in the manner that they should have been reported. But N. Subhash Babu, what I would want to know from you is, and is a very important aspect to this, that if this is related to what's happening in Israel, between Israel and Hamas in the Middle East, can this IED be planted so soon? Can this be planned so soon? Or is there already a network that is working within Kerala and this can be worked out like this?
Definitely. There have been several camps in which they are trained for shooting, preparation of this high explosive devices, making of bombs, and so other legal use of other lethal weapons. So many things they are being practiced here, and we have about 4 cases have been registered in Kerala, and few cases were convicted also for organizing camps, for imparting training for bomb making, for explosive training, and for firearms also. And they have been trained very strictly, and hideouts are still working, even though few of them have been arrested and detained in prison. But the main criteria is that what our learned friend has recently said, that the governments in power have been soft pedaling, and they are not very strict and effective in taking action. Off and on they used to take action, but they are only an eyewash, because strict action can alone prevent the terrorism. But soft pedaling, they will definitely augment their movements, and now they have been just quite down now, but they are been doing actively in their sleeper cells, and very many people in Kerala are also supporting.
Sir, I would also want to know from you that, since you're saying that the government is soft pedaling this kind of environment, is also encouraging this kind of an environment where these kind of elements can flourish or can do what they want to do. are the central agencies working there? Because if these things are happening and these are very imminent and clear threats that is happening in Kerala and also for the whole country, for the whole world, are the central agencies doing more to catch these culprits or to stop this?
These central agencies were informing, they were giving intelligence inputs. Recently, the Prime Minister of India as well as the Home Minister, they have given open warning to the Kerala as well as this Tamil Nadu and Karnataka governments, and they are expecting explosions quite in recent times, and people should be, the government should be, or the police force should be very vigilant in this aspect. All those inputs or all those informations or warning were ignored, and no major this intelligence work was made or any preventive action were taken by the police. Okay. And that is really in the aftermath of their inaction, all these accidents or these explosive systems are being taken. Because I have personal experience right from 1995 that there has been no serious action against these people. And that's why this has been flourishing in India. In Kerala, especially, they have become the feeding centers. In most of the cases, even in Bangalore blast, Hyderabad blast, Chennai blast, in all those places, the main link was from Kerala. And this one fellow who has been in jail for years, and they have been associated in very many cases. Even now, even though they are in prison or in remand, they are very much associating secretly to help this person by organizing people, arranging facilities, infrastructure, as well as this monitoring.
So there were all the signals. All the signals were there. More could have been done to avoid this kind of an accident happening. Ajit Lawrence is also with us. He's a senior journalist. Ajit, but was there such kind of an input beforehand? The government had this kind of an input, or the government was ignoring it? The agencies, the police force, could they have stopped this from happening?
Yeah, I do agree with that. But the problem is, Professor, I cannot agree with Professor Stanley's all his take. He's blaming the media people. How come media people associate with the terrorist group? We do not know. I do not know. I don't understand why he blames this media group. I mean, we cannot take part, or we cannot be biased with any terrorism group. That apart. For your question, I'll definitely say that there has been, or there are information from the Central Investigating Agency about this terror attack, this kind of terror attack or communal attack towards other groups or to the people innocent, or people are secular people or secular community. That is there. But the problem with the government of Kerala, the chief minister himself is the home minister. So, and the government in here is always as a friend. I mean, as a group of different parties are ruling in here. So, in whether it is in UDF or in LDF, CPM-led left government also is part of some community or the other. Some community, in the sense the communal forces are there in the in the government. So the government can always be, as Mr. Subhash said, government can always be taking a soft angle towards this kind of warnings. But that ends up in this kind of cannot be said as a random happening. It is taking place. It is the Kerala has become the hub of terrorist planning. I mean, everything has been planned in all the incidents that, as you have written and shown in the screen, every incidents that take place in India and various parts of India, various states in India, are being planned in Kerala, because thinking that this is a ideally secure place for the terrorist groups, whosoever. I don't per se say that.
Also, Ajit, I would also want to know from you that is this particularly targeted towards just one community? Has this happened earlier? Maybe not of this scale, but other incidents where the Christian community or Jehovah community was specially targeted?
I mean, for particularly this community, this incident, this Kalamassery blast is just aimed only to target this particular Jehovah Witness community because they have the lenience or the allegiance with the Jewish community. So directly having allegiance to Jewish community. So this is particularly planned only aftermath of this Israel-Hamas war. That I can be sure about it. But the other incidents that had happened in Kerala are maybe, I mean, they have their own intention. They have their own target groups. They need not necessarily be Christian or Hindu or anything like that. They have a definite target about who has to be aimed at. That is there. But this Kalamassery blast as such is something to say with the Israel and Hamas war.
No, this you've pointed out that this incident particularly points out towards the fact that this can be related, or this could have been planned after what is happening between Israel and Hamas. But what I want to understand, and what I want my audience to understand from you, is that the other incidents that have happened before this are also targeted towards just one community by the other one, or they are being done by several groups which belong to different communities? Is Kerala becoming a breeding ground for other extremist forces also?
Yeah, that is true. I mean, Kerala is as such is becoming the extremist groups breeding ground in Kerala, breeding ground, because all the terror group or the communal forces, I could say that any communal outfit who are trying to spread or implement terrorism are working in here, Kerala. But the governments are playing an innocent role as if I mean, in turn they are encouraging it. They don't take strict action against those people who implement this kind of terrorist activism. Because, as I said it earlier, each government, whether it is Congress-led the UDF or CPM-led the LDF, they have this communal forces having their lenience or allegiance, their thought with some sort of communal outfits are in the government. So the governments are really silent about it. I mean, let me complete one more thing.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I mean, for this kind of things, it has definitely, the center government has to strict action. Just ignoring the other way around eyewash methods or the tactics that has been taken by state government. The center government has to take strict action against.
Thank you very much for joining us, all three of you, and bringing these important inputs about this incident that has happened, the tragedy that struck at Jehovah's Witnesses Convention Center in Kalamassery in Kerala. We will keep bringing you more as this inquiry progresses on News 9 Live. Thank you for watching.